call the meeting to order.
Yep, call the meeting to order. Accept the meetings from April 3rd meeting, 2013. To accept the meeting minutes from the last meeting?
For 3/6/13 and 4/3/13.
Yes.
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
Second, all those in favor?
Marvelous. New business. The business report.
Nurse's report.
Yeah.
So, continued home visits for the elderly and wellness checks, blood pressure checks, and med administration. Blood pressure clinics monthly for Ramblewood and weekly at Council of Aging. Today I did 21 at Council of Aging,
Well,
which has grown almost double from when I started. I was told I've become popular. I've been posting on our Facebook page on different topics of importance. One of them, how to speak to children regarding the bombings at the Boston Marathon. Information on Lyme's disease and anti-bullying information as well.
very good. Very important.
Yeah. And I emailed and signed up with the Red Cross to do a possible blood drive in Holbrook. And today I got a call from John Wilson, and he's going to see if we can partner up with, there's a couple blood drives already. And that was, an idea Arthur came up with because of the bombings, to see if we could do something.
Are they Holbrook-based blood drives or other communities?
They're in Holbrook. I'm
Okay.
not sure who's running them because he called me and I was on the other line with somebody else, and then I called back and got his voicemail. So I'm gonna try and call him again later this week and see if I can get some information.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I thought there was only some limited things we could do, and that was one of them that would be productive, so.
Yeah, and the hospital now short-handed on blood.
Mhm.
Which,
Yeah. So I'll be working on that over the next couple weeks so that we can hopefully jump in June, and then if not, in July.
good.
All right, and then as far as Maven, it's been really busy the past couple of weeks. There's a salmonella case that's been linked to 8 in the whole United States. And so I'm still trying to get information and do a report on that. It's it's a type of thing that you read about or hear on the news when they discontinue products, or it happens in a restaurant or something like that. So I'm trying to get information. I've been trying to reach the person themselves and I can't get them. So I did get information from the infectious disease where he was, so I'm going to be contacting them and hopefully get a little information so I can put it into Maven.
Very good.
And then another project I've been working on is, I'm sorry he's not here for this, I did Better Limes posters. We have a laminator here
Oh, very
that I
nice.
put to use, and I'll pass it around.
Show that to the camera. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be seeing these around the baseball fields. And it's just information on Lyme's disease and how to prevent and what to do and how to treat. So if you guys want to look at them, it's kind of cool. I got that right off the
Yeah.
CDC.
Nice.
I was all excited when we found that machine.
Color coded.
Yeah, isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
A lot better than what I put up there last year. And that's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Arthur,
Well,
health agent report.
we're finalizing our list of folks with dumpsters, so you'll be glad to know.
Good.
We spent 2 hours and change today on the road, Heidi and I, taking note of who's got dumpsters and how many and where they are, and we should be sending out a letter. I'm gonna guess by the end of next week, we should have the list developed. We're, in terms of inspections, that they're ongoing with the stores and the restaurants. We've issued one stern warning to one vendor. They had some expired food products on the shelf, and it's not the first time. So we, came down rather loud on them this time, and they cleaned it up within less than 24 hours. So and they know that we're paying attention, so, it's, it's important to stay up on them. We have the mosquito control notice, they're doing spraying, Wednesday evenings, generally, for Norfolk County mosquito control. It's, not something that's gonna impact, on people, so it's, it works better according to the experts, so, we'll go with what Norfolk County has to say. We also came up with an issue, of standing water, at 76 West Shore, the house that's built on the stilts, and it's got standing water
Oh,
underneath it.
Yes, I've seen.
Some of the neighbors were concerned about, the fact that there is standing water, the fact that it's, a potential breeding ground for mosquitoes and so on. And we, talked to Norfolk County, and they were gonna go down and hand spray, concentrate right on, that property and the nearby, wetlands. So, that shouldn't be it shouldn't be an issue. We had an item down for the Holbrook Sportsman's Club. That actually has been resolved. They're not going to put in a new septic system. They're connecting to the town sewer, and that's
Good.
it's a good thing, right? And it's really become kind of a non-issue. For the board's information, I actually took the Title V exam several weeks ago now and passed it. So we don't have a lot of Title V activity, but it makes me eligible to sign off on plans and proposals and to review Title V systems, when the inspectors pass in the
Yeah.
reports prior to a sale, as an example. So, it's just something that, we can offer without having to go outside to find somebody who's qualified. We got a notice from the Mass Health Officers Association, and it was a tobacco compliance check in Holbrook as part of the Food and Drug Administration contract with Massachusetts. They had one retail inspection problem, and it was at the Knights of Columbus, and they have received a warning letter from the FDA. They've straightened out the issue. Candidly, I don't know what the issue was. I'm only guessing it's got to do with the sale of cigarettes. So
Would they have a cigarette machine in
It
there?
must have a vending machine.
it
They
must
can't
have a
do-
vending machine.
Or maybe
Yeah.
not, maybe they just have cartons on the shelf.
Yeah, and you're supposed to have it so that anybody under 18 can't operate the machine. There's got to be a lockout device and so forth. So.
Yeah. A lot of towns are going to the age of 19. Some towns.
Yeah,
don't do it.
that's true. I don't know if it's something we want to tackle necessarily, but it's something worth talking about, certainly. We also got a notification from Mass DEP in Lakeville from Kathy Kiley, and it was a report of filling in protected areas with hazardous materials. Paul Callahan and I visited the site April 4th. It was the day following our meeting, as a matter of fact. We met with the property owner. It's actually under the jurisdiction of the Holbrook Conservation Commission. We've talked to them. We've notified them that what we saw and so forth, and they're working with them to resolve the situation. So I don't think we need to take any more action on it, to be honest.
It wasn't a hazardous material.
It was, some
Fill?
some fill with asphalt,
Okay.
broken pieces of somebody's driveway and that kind of thing. But that is considered to be hazardous
Yep.
in a wetland, obviously. I think that's all we've got. We do have the new computer. It's too bad folks at home can't necessarily see that, but we have the new computer, the compliments of the Plymouth County Coalition. We have the iPad for
That's good.
Dominique. And we have, between 10 and 20 cots coming from the Emergency Management Agency, all as, part of our involvement with the Plymouth County Coalition, so.
Just one question on the standing water issue.
Mhm.
That was during the rainy season or the wet season. It hasn't been recent within the last 10 days, correct?
It's, if you go down and out, there is standing water.
There's always
So
standing water.
is it? I mean, we've been so dry. Is it groundwater or is it?
It's,
What's the
It's
source?
probably groundwater.
I've been by there, ride by, and I mean, there's a lot of kids who play down there, so that is a concern. I have, the house is built on stilts,
Mm-hmm.
and so underneath it, there's a drop, so when the water goes down, it's almost like a little swimming pool underneath the house.
Okay, so when
they
the
put
water
gra-
table's up high, you have standing
Yes.
water under the
Mhm.
house. But we haven't had rain for 2 weeks, except with the exception of today's showers.
But it never goes, because
It
the
never
sun
goes
doesn't
away.
hit it,
So-
so it's not evaporating.
It's always
Yeah,
there.
but it's gotta be. It's gotta
It's
be.
right on a corner of our
It's gotta be
street.
the water table.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's clearly.
I'm kinda surprised that house got built there, to be honest with you.
So we talked to Heidi
No
about
one,
it.
no one's
remember?
occupying
And
it either. Been there for about a year.
the
Isn't it?
and the reason that it's built that way is for conservation purposes. They can't have the water running off to other people's properties. But so they made them build it to code. They made them go back and do what they had said they were going to, and that's when, because it wasn't like that in the beginning.
Is there anything we can do about that?
From our position, the only thing we can do is spray for the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
We don't really have the authority that the Concom would have to do something with, changing the elevations of the lot, that kind of thing, because as Dominic said, if you change the elevation of that lot, it's gonna run off onto somebody else. So you're only passing the problem, down one lot at a time.
Yeah, my only concern is cause I go by there, I see kids playing out there, playing baseball and street hockey. It's kind of like almost like a dead end street at the end of Juniper Road, on the corner of West Shore and Juniper.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's within our scope of authority to request or order a fence be put up to prevent somebody, because a 2 or 3 year old could slide down the hill and into the water, and granted, it's only, a few inches
Yep.
deep, but,
It's another,
there's been tragedies.
Takes less than an inch to drown.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
that's another issue
And that
too.
would be the property
that's
owner's
been mine, and I
responsibility
brought
for
that up.
liability. But I think you're right. All we really can do is treat the symptoms of mosquito growth.
I mean, I brought that up myself.
I mean, it is like a swimming pool there, underneath that house.
Yeah, it's
But you wouldn't wanna swim it.
No.
No,
And I
not.
freak because, it's
Yeah,
right
kid
off,
going
it's
over
right
getting
at the
the
bus
ball.
stop too.
Yeah, kid
That's
going
our
over
bus
getting-
stop, is right there, and the kids were playing soccer. And 2 of the kids that live there are teeny tiny kids, they're
I know, I've seen them up there.
kindergarten and 2nd grade, I think. But they're teeny tiny, and I'm always nervous if they're gonna slide under. What if somebody were sliding to go get that ball? I just think it's dangerous, it's just me.
yeah,
Is that something the building inspector can take a look at?
We can ask Dan to take a look at it.
Problem is, it's already been permitted. And
No, I'm
unless-
just saying about a
Unless they have a
fence.
certificate of occupancy.
Maybe,
There's nobody living in it,
No, but I mean, they would have to have
yeah.
the plan and the as-built signed off.
Yeah, I think it's ready to go, I think it's readily marketable.
Okay.
I just
So
Brand
think
new.
that-
It's been approved.
Yeah.
It's passed all the,
but, I mean, the question, what I'm saying about the building inspector, if maybe put a fence there, a kid goes and gets his balls, you just said, you can drown an inch of water, that's like a little swimming pool underneath the house. So, I don't know, maybe see what he can do.
I'll
Well,
bring
they-
up, I'll bring up to Dan.
if it's that bad, there must be, how about parking? Are there gonna be parking in water? I mean,
No.
No, there are 2 spaces.
It's
No,
not-
I've seen it, I know, yeah.
It looks like a moat because
Yeah.
there's
All right,
a
there's a high
path
spot.
that goes over this way, and then there's a path that goes this way, and then there's like water here, water here, water here, and then there's a driveway that's built up. Like the whole thing is just, it looks like it's moated.
So maybe those higher elevations were added into the scene or picture.
They were.
And then caused
They
run
were
off with
because it was not built that way
drainage issues.
originally, and then they were told to go back and fix it because that wasn't to the specifications of the original plans.
Mm.
So that's how all that, the digging and the, because it wasn't like that originally.
No,
They were made to go back and do that because of the whole running water thing.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice house, it looks like it belongs on Hummer Rock, but, you know, it's,
It's got Lake Holbrook behind it.
Okay,
um,
anything else, Arthur?
I don't have anything else for you except an update on, the property on Union Street that we being Dan Moriarty and myself and one of the lieutenants from the fire department inspected and gave the, property owner a list of, items to tackle. And he's addressed all the public safety, issues. There's still some issues of some trash and things like that, but,
Okay.
we're on them, so.
Rob?
I have nothing to add tonight.
Good.
Oh, good, so,
Yeah, we're in good shape. It's actually been a good, a month or so.
good.
Great, so make a motion to adjourn? All those in favor? Thank you.